Seditihin Jamaatin XSB Somali. Hey to you all my Somali project. Hey Adiga. Sorry. Hey Somalia. I'm getting there. What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Eps and I react to the videos that you guys recommend. If you're enjoying this content, please give it a like, comment, and consider subscribing. Or you can DM me and follow me on my Instagram and we can be friends. In today's video I'm going to react on 10 surprising things Somalia is famous for. Okay, let's do it!
Somalia is a place we've been exploring a lot more and more here on FTD Facts, and this country is truly a fascinating one. In this episode, I'm looking at 10 surprising and interesting things that Somalia is known for. Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Leroy Kenton, and I'm excited to be highlighting Somalia because, I feel like it's such an underrated country that needs a little bit more positive attention on it, you know what I mean? But before we jump into this
That's true, and I think this is one of the reasons why I am reacting on Somalia, because I feel like they don't have that much positive exposure. All I've been seeing from the press and media before are all negative. And if you don't know a country very well, of course you are scared. But then as I'm started to get to know Somalis people, they're very nice, they're very heartwarming and very friendly people.
Leave a like on this video if you're from Somalia or if you just want to show love to Somalia. And also for you newcomers, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. That way you'll be notified of our future episodes like this. Alright guys, so let's get into this episode. Starting at number 10, we have Mount Shimbiris. Mount Shimbiris is actually the highest peak in Somalia, and it has an elevation of 2,460 meters, which works out to be 8,071 feet above sea level. It's located in the Al Madao mountain range in the Sanag region, and Shimbiris is in the Kalmadao mountain range, and that's located in northern Somalia. Now the thing about this is that there's no vehicle access here. However, if you are a visitor, you can actually stay in a tent that's located on site. Number 9 brings us Juba and Shabelle.
That seems to be a very nice mountain to visit, if you're a tourist. Looks very interesting.
So Juba and Shabelle are the two rivers in Somalia that have been permanently existing over time. The rivers begin in the highlands of Ethiopia and they mainly flow southwards, and then Juba River flows into the Indian Ocean, while the Shabelle River in earlier times used to flow into the sea close to Merka. Now currently the Shabelle River reaches a spot at the southwest of Mogadishu, which is the capital of Somalia, and it will then be made up of swamps as well as dry reaches before eventually disappearing around the desert terrain at the Jilib eastern area. And one thing about Somalia is that they have tombs of sheikhs. Now these tombs are of holy men and leaders of Somalia, and the people of Somalia often conduct pilgrimages to visit these sites. Now the holy men are greatly revered as saints, and many people living in Somalia go to the tombs of a certain saint on his or her feast day every single year. So they definitely do their part in making sure that people who are important to Somalia, spiritual leaders and respected people, definitely are still remembered as a year.
That's a very nice thing to do, so I guess Somali are very traditional as well, and same with us Filipinos, we have so many traditions as well, and it's great to know. It's nice to know this side of Somalia.
Years go on. Number 7 brings us to trade in Somalia. So Somalia majorly imports machinery as well as transportation equipment, building materials, iron and steel from countries like United States, Saudi Arabia, Great Britain, Italy, China, India, among many others. However, the country does add a lot to its economy through the export of livestock, especially camel, and we're going to be talking about that a little bit later. There's also fruits like bananas, coffee, peanuts, citrus fruits, cotton and sugarcane, as well as frankincense and myrrh. Now let's talk about the literature in Somalia.
Wow.
This is big and it's growing. So the country of Somalia is known for its poets. Somalia has a long-built oral tradition of storytelling and poetry, and it's been successfully passed down from generation to generation. And these stories and these poems were later written down around the 20th century, and in their poetry they talked about every aspect of life, from philosophy, history, politics, as well as just spiritual and religious praises to God. Halfway in, like I mentioned, we got to be talking about camels a little bit more. So the most widely recognized symbol is the camel. This is because the camel provides a whole lot for the people, like meat, of course, people eat camel, milk, and it's also a big mode of transportation. And having a camel can really increase your income as well as up your status if you own one. So owning a camel is definitely a big deal, and it's a symbol that has been known across the globe in association with Somalia. Pirates come in at number 4.
So camel is kind of like sign of wealth. And from the previous videos I have watched before, Somalia is known for the camel. They import the camel to other countries, so they are very popular when it comes to camel.
Now, I gotta be honest, this is not the best thing to be known for, but this is still something that other nations associate with the country of Somalia, unfortunately. So especially in November of 2008, this is when Somali pirates actually seized the Sirius Star. And this is a Saudi Arabian oil tanker. And this was probably the most bold and daring exploit to date by the pirates who operate in the Indian Ocean, just off the coast of the continent of Africa. There's also been movies about this, like that movie Captain Phillips. But like I mentioned, pirates, definitely not the best thing to be known for. So let's just move on to some more positive things. Like, for example, the celebration in Somalia. People of Somalia, they love to have a good time and celebrate like no other. So Somalis are often engaged in festivities all throughout the year. And these, of course, include birthdays, weddings, celebrations for circumcision even, of course, secular as well as Islamic holidays.
So that really surprises me that they celebrate as well circumcision. Wow. So that is something to remember about Somalia. Okay.
And during these celebrations, you'll find all sorts of food there, music, whatever the case is, and even visitors are also invited to attend these celebrations. So don't be a stranger if you're in Somalia. Definitely, that's like what they're known for. Come on, celebrate with them. Now, I had to include Canaan at number 2. Born Kenan Abdi Warsame, who goes by the stage name Canaan, he's a Somali-Canadian poet, rapper, singer, songwriter, and instrumentalist. Now, he rose to fame, like massive fame, with the success of the single Waving Flag, and that was chosen as Coca-Cola's promotional anthem for the 2010 FIFA World Cup. I think we all remember the song. If you're older than 10 years old, yeah, I think you remember this song.
As I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag.
I still listen to it to this.
I'm not familiar with it, but with Coca-Cola advertisement or anthem song, I'm sure I've seen it before, but wow, I think that is an added credit to Somalia, when a Somali gained that kind of fame and honor. Well done.
This day, it was awesome. And he really shed a lot of light on Somalia, where he was born, and people started to see Somalia in a different way than they saw before. Canaan continues to do so through his philanthropic work, as well as his music is heavily influenced by Somali music. And the final thing that I want to share in this episode that Somalia is famous for is they're famous for having the longest coastline on the mainland of Africa. So the country of Somalia lies on the outer edge of the Somali Peninsula, which is popularly called the Horn of Africa, and is labeled as Africa's most homogeneous country. The population of Somalia exceeds 14 million people, and the country's terrain includes a lot of highlands, plains, and plateaus. And regardless of what the country struggles with, the truth of the matter is that it's still a beautiful place. Like, there's a lot of natural beauty there. So like I mentioned, it does have the longest coastline on Africa's mainland. and it has a sea coast stretching about 3,025 kilometers, which is about 1,880 miles. And Somalia also has a land mass of 637,657 square kilometers, which is about 246,201 square miles. And that makes up the land with about 10,320 square kilometers, which works out to be 3,980 square miles of water. Just had to throw a little bit of extra information in there. So as you can see, guys, Somalia has a lot to offer. It's definitely increasing in popularity. There's a lot to notice about this country. So thanks for joining me in this episode of 10 surprising things that Somalia is famous for. Really hope you enjoyed it. As always, leave your thoughts and comments down below. And that's all I have for you in this one, guys. For now, I'll leave you with a recommended video that I do not want you all to miss. It's coming up right now. So yeah, guys, I'll see you all in the next one.
Wow, I love that video about Somalia. You know what I love about Somali people is that they're very friendly, they're very heartwarming people. You know, they often reach out to me on my Instagram, you know, chatting with me, messaging me, and they have been very, very supportive, you know, in my YouTube channel. It's not that because I like the views or their support and subscribe, you know, because they're subscribing my channel, but honestly they're one of the warmest people I've ever met, you know, online. And I can truly say that they are one of the friendliest people in the world, and that's why I love the Somali people, and that's why I'm starting to fall in love with Somalia as well. And thank you so much, guys, for all your support, and God bless you all. See you again on my next video. Don't forget to give this a like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.